Welcome back to Scarlet. Hello everyone, I'm Brian, and in the last episode we are feeling the consequences of our actions. We don't know where Stella is. Avery, Kanika, and I are on the prowl trying to find her. We were at her house, but unfortunately she was not home. So now we have to go ahead and see if we can find the poor dear, because she's obviously feeling guilty about what happened to us, and we need to find him. Can't find Gretchen. So obviously she's with Stella somewhere. So I was thinking about this while I was just kind of just staring at this and just doing nothing. I was thinking like, if I were Stella, where would I go right now? And my guess is that if she were to be anywhere at all right now, it would probably be the mines. The only reason why I say that is because there was a relic out there, I'm going to call it, or a symbol out there. So she may be investigating that. So we're going to check out the mines and see if she's there. We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin, since they're friends. You don't see it? Oh, come on. The two of them have such a dynamic, you know? Classic dog and cat situation. Come on, I'll drive us. Thank you, Kanika. You follow Kanika to her van, long before you find yourself outside the Scarlet Mines. And there's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance of the mine, picket signs in hand. Is this a strike? They're striking? There was a whole group of them talking about it in the diner yesterday. Seems like the collapse was the last straw for some folks. Good for them, but I kind of thought there'd be more of them, you know? I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are in the diner at least a couple of days a week. They'll be chill. Will they be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though? Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. Have you noticed the mole now upstairs that goes from the library, blah, blah, blah. Hail and well met, fellow countrymen. What goes on here? Have you seen Stella? She's missing. Hail and well met, fellow gentlemen. What goes on here? Why not? Hey, it might work, you know? The miners stare at you. A strike. We're petitioning the boss for better working conditions. In a mine. Nobody wants to go back in there after the collapse. Not for what we're paid and how we're treated. Not that we need to be telling you anything. It sure doesn't seem like it's going well. Why even bothering? There's only like 3 of you out here. What's your grievances? Y'all are just being greedy. Tabitha works hard and yeah, okay, whatever. Good, tell that poor Tabitha. She's had a rough one behind you boys. I have no horse in this race. I just got to town a few days ago. I have no allegiances here. Isn't this a bit of an escalation to talk to Tabitha for blah, 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 blah? What happened? We miscalculated. We thought a kid losing her leg would have pushed folks over the edge, but I guess the boss personally dragging those kids out of the mine left a lasting impression. People are calling the boss a goddamn hero! They're calling Tabitha a hero? Really? We were there too that night. It's like everyone just forgot about how poorly she's been treating us. Or how unsafe the mines are. I can't go back down there knowing the rock over my head could come down any second. I value my life more than a paycheck. Better hours now or none at all. Well, I'm guessing these 3 are all gonna get fired. I am receiving something. It was dumb luck she saved those kids. If she had any actual value, she'd come to the table and give us what we're owed. I know there's not a lot of us here, but there's more of us at the diner, and there's more of us setting up mutual aid. But once people see our follow-through, they're going to join up. This is only the beginning. Let me know if there's anything the general store can do to help. Anything you can think of, we'll take it. We need all the support we can get right now. So, what are your grievances? We lack competitive pay, 8-hour shifts instead of 12 or more. improvements to the sick day and vacation policies, and a thorough safety inspection before any of us steps foot underground again. That collapse was way too close to the active mine for me to sail safe down there until I know for sure I won't wind up buried under 2 tons of rock. We want to change things. No reason we should be treated like we're just a disposable workforce. If we're the ones making our money, we should be making money too, not just scraping by. That's a lot of grievances. Working here seems tough. Yeah. You think Tabitha can make those changes without the mines going under? I'm sure she can figure it out. I'm not saying she's bad. She's not a bad boss. People clearly aren't happy with her. But coal is getting used less and less, and I've seen that old Scarlet house. It's practically condemned. She has money to spare. Where is it going? I really didn't peg you for someone who'd go to bat for Tabitha. I'm not. I'm just trying to get the full picture here. And if the mine fails, I don't see how Aunt Winnie's diner doesn't fail with it. Okay, but that's the whole problem. A single family shouldn't be able to hold an entire town hostage. The workers need a say in the business. Fair enough. That's it. Looks like you're talking to my cousin. I'll be happy to pass along your demands. You're angry! Good, tell that to come poor Tabitha. Let's just leave it at that. Have you noticed I'm old now? I exercised at Ghost in the library last night at great personal cost. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. YouTuber? She's the one on all the bands from property posters, right? We haven't seen her. We've been out here all day, so we know she'd come by. Well, make sure to keep an eye out. Let's go talk to Tabitha. I need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross a picket line? Yeah, we're gonna do it, bud. Hey, can you vouch for me here? I don't know. Is it illegal to cross a picket line? I am her cousin, after all. I mean, maybe I can put in a good word for them, and who knows? Maybe Stella snuck by them somehow. Can you vouch for me here, Kanika? Sorry, I have to live in this town. Can't you just call Tabitha or something? It's okay, I've got this. Y'all are regulars, and you know I've never gone snooping around the mines before. This is important. Your friend's a Scarlet, Avery. Who cares? He knows me and Kanika just as well as he knows Tabitha. And you've met her, right? I don't think that blood runs thick enough to sabotage a strike. I don't know. What do you think, Davis? I'll have Aunt Winnie throw in some free biscuits the next time y'all stop by the diner. Are you bribing us? Sure am. Okay. If free biscuits are on the line, then we won't put up a fuss. But he better not get up to any funny business there. He won't, I promise. And if they do, y'all can have free breakfast for a month. Fine. There you go. Have fun. I don't care if they're okay with you going in. I'm still not crossing the picket line. Besides, I don't think Tabitha would be too happy to see me. I'll just wait by the van while you go talk to her. Same. Everyone who works here is a regular at the diner. I don't want to make things weird. See you on the other side. Thank you! Man, you guys are awesome. The industrial noise of the Scarlet mines are only a little quieter than they were 2 days ago. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms over you on the hill. You walk up to Tabitha's trailer, knock on the door. Hey! Tabitha! It's me! Your old cousin Masamune! Literally, the old cousin. You wait for a moment. No response. Tabitha! I know you're in there. Your car's parked right there. You can't get away from me. Oh, for the love of... The door swings open. Oh, it's you. Yeah, damn right it's me. Should I go? Yeah, try to get yourself noticed. Rodriguez pauses before he leaves. Whoa, what happened to you? It's a Halloween costume. Huh? Really? Could've fooled me. Oh, it's not till Monday, and that's some high-quality makeup work. It's a Halloween costume. Don't make me repeat myself. Yep. You say nothing. Are you just gonna stand there and say nothing? Yes, I am. Your cousin sighs. Rodriguez, I said you're dismissed. Now get out of here. The door clicks closed and Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Oh my god! I do believe I made a mistake. I think she's ready to kill me. I think I done did something wrong. She grabs you by the collar, her face close to yours, eyes full of rage, her words a frustrated hiss. Shove her off of you. You know what? She's probably having a very stressful day. I don't think it would be wise of me to throw her off of me. You're not in any physical danger here. You let your cousin hold on to your collar.
Listen to me, Masamune. Really, listen. This isn't some fun little game, okay? This is my life. If you die yours, you keep quiet about what you just saw. I don't care for family. I can make the rest of you stay here a living hell if you cross me.
Her grip loosens. Sorry to get scary for a second. So close to having everything under control here. I can't risk you mucking it up until you've done with everything else this week. Like you've done with everything else this week. Now we're chill, I get it. Hey, I'm sure I get it. I hope you mean that, because if you don't, just know that I always fall through on my promises. What'd you come here to talk about anyway? Just decided you wanted to bother me on the worst day possible to be bothered? Stella's missing me, but looking all over town for her, don't have any leads. Why do things keep happening to me? Please, can I just have one day where only one thing happens? Tabitha groans in frustration. I'm sure she'll turn up, but I'll see if I can get a hold of her. Don't think looking for my missing acquaintances gives you a pass to do anything dangerous. You're forbidden from doing anything risky things, even for what you might think is a good reason. I don't think I'm able to judge what's risky or not. Last night was supposed to be a cakewalk. You know I do what I want. Tabitha sighs heavily. Yep, you made that very clear. I can't wait to find out what ridiculous situation you wind up in today. I also want to see how you're doing with the strike, your mom, everything. Let's really talk. She's not gonna talk. You really think I'd want to have some kind of heart-to-heart right now? Sorry, Masamune, but I have work to do. Save your probing questions for some other time. Or never. I don't care which. Not now, then when? I'm only here for a few days. I'm just trying to connect with you. Making it really hard to connect with you. Why did you even invite me if you just like me so much? I just wanted to have a conversation with you on my own terms instead of you. God, you suck. I can't believe we're related. Sorry, I'll go. If not now, then when? I'm only here for a few more days. Every time we talk, we wind up fighting. And whose fault is that? Last I checked, I don't think I've ever fought with you this whole time we've been playing this. Last I remember, you were the one who was initiating it. I have been the symbol of awesomeness. I called you when we were going to the mines. I've always stayed in communication with you. And other things that I can't remember right now, but I know that I haven't done anything other than stupid things that I've done so far in this playthrough. Maybe I really am bad. But you're the one that always initiates the fights. I'm just the one that gets into the stupid trouble, that's all. And I have no regrets either. Why would I want to spend time with you when you make the whole experience so unpleasant? Neither one of us likes the other. Let's just stay as cordial as we can until the week is over and we can go our separate ways. Love love you. Bye. Don't be weird. You leave the office, the door slamming shut behind you. You find Kanika and Avery waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. It feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on. I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. I mean, I tried. Where to next? I'm trying to do everything I can to avoid Oscar right now. And the cops. So let's go to church. Check out the church. The church? Why? I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted with evidence of the afterlife. So she might try getting into all that religious stuff. It's worth checking out. I think we'd be barking up the wrong tree, but I guess you're right. There's no point in not being thorough. I wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water while we're here, too. Seems like a good idea to cover all our bases at this point. I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing, but I'm sure Pastor Daniel would pretend to bless some water if it meant keeping us around a little longer. That's good enough for me. Let's not linger, though. I don't want them thinking we're possible converts. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. You know, I've lived here for a few years now, and I've never actually been to the church. That's probably for a good reason. What is that weird? Where is that weirdo? My, 4 visitors at once on a Thursday. This is unprecedented. But there are only 3 of us. Oh no, will we fall by Dishling? Will we fall by Wayne? Supple people. Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dears. I wanted to see if the faith held any answers for me. Alas, I have not found the solace I seek. Give it time, dear Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart. But when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you. And of course, I'm always here for you to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one has seen her since. Starting to get pretty worried. I hope maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've neither seen hide nor hair of Stella. If you like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. Oh, Masamune, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. What do you have to say to him that you can't say in front of us? Please, if you don't mind, this is a personal matter. Alright, we can get the juicy details later. I'd rather folks not pry on this. You know how rumors get started. Yeah, what do you have to say to me you can't say from the way I'm talking? Okay, fine, let's do it. It's okay, I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure. I guess we'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie. Right over there by the fence. That's conveniently in your line of sight, okay? See you in a minute. Friends head off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pasture. Right by the fence. That's perfectly visible perfectly in our line of sight. I'm guessing you're gonna want to know why I'm so old now, right? And if you can fix that, that would be amazing, but I don't think you can. But maybe the power of God will compel us. I had a chat with the mayor yesterday. I heard you did too. I was so glad you came. I haven't met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must have had some kind of insanity. I even thought at one point that it must have been the Lord himself talking to me through them. But they never had anything very insightful to say, so I was disavowed of that pretty early on. Are you not going to comment on my appearance? You saw me yesterday. The ghost turned me. Whoa, 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 whoa. You telling me you can also? But I thought I was the only one. I guess the two of us are just kindred spirits. Are you not going to comment about my? Are we sure we're actually talking to animals? Now that I know there are at least two of us, I have no doubt. There have definitely been times in my life when I thought I might have just been nuts, but so consistent. I've never exhibited any other signs of insanity. In my most doubting moments, I have considered the possibility that other entities may be using the animals to confuse my faith. But besides a particularly vicious hamster I had growing up, the most an animal has ever tried to convince me to do is give them more food. So I somehow doubt they're puppets for some otherworldly evil. Unless that otherworldly evil wants me to overfeed my pets. Have we been cursed? Why do we still... Have you met Fruit, Gretchen, Pixel? Of course I have. But I learned early on in life to not let on that I have this gift. At least while their humans are around. So I haven't spoken with any of them. Though I get the feeling Fruit wouldn't talk to me, and if she knew I could understand her. I've tried to befriend the alpacas when no one else is around. Emphasis on tried. They're surprisingly cliquey. Besides that, I try to maintain a low profile, only chatting with the wildlife when I'm sure no one is looking. Have we been cursed? Is your gift why you got into church? And that's why people think you're creepy because you have the gift? People think I'm creepy? That's alright. People say all kinds of things. I just have to be patient and persistent, and I know eventually they'll understand that I can be a comforting presence in their lives. Not a creepy one. Hey, if I grew a thicker beard, people would trust me more. Or maybe I should get a cool jacket. Yeah, I can't express how much relief it is if I meet someone like me. I hope you don't think the two of us sharing gift means we're friends. Blah, 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 blah. Does Janie know? Are you not going to comment on my appearance? You saw me yesterday. A ghost cursed me last night, and now I'm curious to see what he says. Oh, and here I thought you were putting on some sort of early Halloween costume. Is this about the spirit you mentioned in the library? I'm sorry, I wasn't more open-minded. You've clearly been through quite the ordeal. Yes! Likewise. Oh, maybe more than just the two of us now. I have my suspicion that Tulip might have inherited this gift. There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she said some things that have led me to believe she might be able to understand them. Interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there! You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good? Or are we gonna skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip. Because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Yay! Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been running out too. She's been trying to run off into the woods a lot lately. And it's really dangerous, even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees. But it must be at least 50 years old. So it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hot tip deep mound of rusty cans of broken glass. Oh, the tetanus lake. Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if it would only make it sound more alluring. How big a trash dump are we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out? Maybe if you had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area. I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. What were you saying about the church rats? Ah, yes, rats. So, you and I are used to the sort of chatter we hear from wildlife. There's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to. But these rats, there's something so sinister about them. And they must be huge, judging by the sounds of them scurrying around in there. Okay, yeah. Tulip had never shown any evidence of the ability before. She's never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversation with birds. In retrospect, she could have been hiding it, the way I did growing up. Because I know she's been talking to the rats. She calls them her friends, has been drawing all these pictures of them. Really ghastly things. I tried to bring it up with her, but she just gets this little smile and doesn't say a word, like it's her fun little secret. It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things, but I'm pretty sure they also live out in the dead trash heap. And ever since she started talking about her friends, she's been trying to sneak out there. I'm concerned she's gonna get hurt or catch some kind of disease, like tetanus. What have they been? Have you actually seen them? They've been saying they like to try to goad me into crying or becoming depressed. They watch me through unseen holes and make fun of me and try to figure out how to press my buttons. It's annoying, but easy enough to block out, especially when I'm praying. I don't think they're a good influence on Tulip, though. She's gotten quiet and secretive ever since she started talking to them. I'd hate to think what do they say to her when I'm not around to hear. Have you actually seen them? No, but I don't need to. I lived in a dorm that had rats once. You never see them. But the church has all the signs of an infestation. And there's no mistaking the sound of little creatures stampeding off the walls. I have left out some human rat traps, but they're too smart for them. All it's done is waste peanut butter. And that right there, my friend, is a crime against humanity. Peanut butter should not be wasted. It should be consumed, not used to draw in rats and stuff like that. I caught a possum in one. Poor thing. Possums are never very bright. But at least he got a nice scoop of peanut butter out of the ordeal. Has you heard them? She's not in the church very often. She's usually in town doing her jobs until late. And we spend our evenings in the house. Just me and Tulip all day long. She knows Tulip has made some strange little friends, but they're just an imagination game. I was hoping I'd sort out the rat issue before she gets suspicious, but they're persistent. So I might have to hire an exterminator if I can get the money for one. I hope it doesn't have to come to that. Are you sure they're rats? I think so. The pastor shifted uncomfortably for a moment. I hope so. Have you tried in front of them? Maybe Tulip's onto something. Anything I can do to help? Maybe I can try talking to them. That'd be lovely. I certainly appreciate a helping hand here. I don't want to be too much of a bother, and you should probably finish looking for your missing friend first, but I'll be around. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika and Avery walking back to the two of you. They must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Thanks for the suggestion we can head up here, Masamune. We got to feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft, it was awesome. And Janie said she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners, and a few extra for me, of course. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika and Avery stop back down the path to town, and you follow. That's some high quality H2O right there. So, what was that about? Seemed pretty insistent on talking to you alone. Yeah, he didn't say anything weird, did he? He can also talk to the animals. He just wanted to discuss it with me. I can't believe that of all the people in the world you could have shared that ability with, you wound up stuck with Pastor Daniel. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? Let's check out the diner. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. We'll run to someone who's seen Stella. Here's hoping. Just hoping Winnie doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. It feels like you've walked into a private meeting. The back booth is full of miners, and they're having what seems to be an intense discussion. Their expression is gravely serious. So I guess this is where the miners are setting up shop. When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you should be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's gone missing, and I've been helping these two track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize now. And I can't say I have. Should I be worried about it? I hope not. We're not interrupting anything here, are we? Of course not. Any paying customer is welcome. As long as you aren't about to step on anybody's toes or cause a fuss. The miners in back were too engaged in conversation to notice you enter, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. There's no way I can risk something like this. Y'all know my sister's tuition depends on this paycheck, and I can't afford a place outside of the company housing. This is too risky. We should just cut it out now before she starts firing people. Hate to say Zax, but Harrison might have a point. Everybody shut up. Shut it. Smith just let me know the boss cousin over there is snooping around in the mines this morning. Let's not give the boss any more ammunition. They don't recognize me. That's amazing. The conversation cuts out. An uncomfortable silence falling over the diner as the miners watch you with suspicion. She's missing. YouTuber? We ain't seen her. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. Well, you're not a baker in Harrison's situation, so I guess we should get going. You turn to the diner. Avery and Kanika chilling close behind you. Still no signs of Stella. Before you can suggest your next move, you start to feel woozy. Spots form at the edge of your vision. Your legs suddenly feel unstable, your body sending you clear signals of exhaustion. It pains you to imagine how difficult the effects of Charlie's deal would be to manage for someone less fit than yourself, if even your powerful body struggling just to walk from place to place. You manage to shake it out before Kanika and Avery notice, but still, it won't be long before your aching muscles need to rest. You should plan your next move carefully. Are you sure? Nothing against the officers of Scott Hollow, but you met them, right? You think it's worth the trouble? As unhelpful as they are, we are dealing with a missing person. That's cop stuff. It's probably going to be more of a formality than anything, but there's no point in not covering all our bases. And I pass out and die. Hello! The police station is exactly what you would expect from the town side of Scarlet Hollow. Smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper, and the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. You're not alone here. You enter to find Bo and Duke standing between you and the officers behind the decks. Now listen here, Hugby. Big Betty was set to win a blue ribbon, so don't you go telling me she was just a pumpkin. We worked really hard to get her that big. Raised her up from a seed. Just not fair, officer, sir. I understand that and all, but I just don't see what y'all want us to do about it. I know y'all cared about this pumpkin, but as it stands, this simply isn't a job for the police can help with. Now, if we were able to find some kind of evidence that Julius or somebody else stole this Big Betty of yours, then you could get a lawyer involved and take it to small claims court. Dang it, deputy! Ain't find evidence what y'all are supposed to be good for? That Julius has been stealing what rightfully belongs to the Callaways for all his life, and you folks ain't done a lick of policing to put an end to it. I told you we were better off handling this ourselves, Daddy. Whoa there, what happened to you? You okay, Masamune? Looks like you got kind of wrinkly since I saw you yesterday. Now, Bo, it's not kind of comment on others' appearances. Though you do look a smart bit sickly. You ain't picked up some disease, have you? Ghost turned me over. What are you talking about? I've always looked like this. No, I have a condition. I'm afraid the library is a wrathful ghost and I great cost to myself. The officers stare at you for a moment, taking in what you said. Looks like what happens when my wife takes her makeup off. Hugby laughed, slapping his knee, announced to the room that he just told the great joke. Oh, come on, be nice. Masamune has been through a lot. Earl didn't mean anything by it. Just injecting a little levity into the room. Stella ran off last night. She still missed him. She's in at home and none of us have heard from her. She what now? Oh, that's just our Stella. Always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She'll turn up. This is different, Earl. You know I wouldn't be up here bothering you if it wasn't important. Yeah, one thing. Someone threatened her last night. He's been trailing Masamune since he got to town, too. Shouldn't be off on her own when there's so many titties around. Okay, you're right. We're probably just over the gate. Why are you even come here? This is useless. We had to do our due diligence, and now we have. Isn't there supposed to be paperwork we should fill out? A report for you fellas to file? Oh, there's no need for all that bureaucracy. We like to keep things simple around here. We know to keep an eye out for her. Weird question, but are you folks part of a cult, and is that why you aren't doing your jobs? Alright, let's just get going. Looks like you folks are busy. We'll be on our way. Well, that was a total waste of time. It wasn't a total waste of time. We gotta find out what's been going on with Julius. He's been missing from the diner for a few days. Weird. Usually comes in every single day. Maybe he's preoccupied with dish things. I just hope he's okay. Where to next? As you consider your next move, your vision blurs again, but this time it persists. The weakness in your knees returns, your ears full of static. You can feel yourself swaying, unable to control your body. It seems the toll of the pact you made last night is finally catching up with you. Whoa, you don't look too good. Your body crumples to the ground. Ah, shit. The general store is just around the corner. Let's get you inside. The bells of the general store jingle welcomingly as your companions drag you across the threshold. You can faintly make out the unintelligible mumble of what must be voices, and then you fade out once again. Sybil! You come to in a chair in the tea room. Sybil sits across from you with a gentle smile of relief watching over her face as you regain consciousness. It's dark here, sunlight filtering through the heavy curtains, weak and watery, partially supplemented by the bright glow lights over the plant in the counter. Welcome back. It's just the two of us now, I'm afraid. Avery had to go help out the diner, and Kanika is getting some much-needed bed rest upstairs. I went ahead and made you some tea, dear. It should help a bit with your condition. Your eyes are down to the cup of freshly brewed tea in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with undertones of decaying earth. The same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. Don't expect you to change your gray hairs back, but at the very least it should make it easier for your mind and spirit to adjust to some of the physical changes you've gone through. Hopefully you'll be a little less exhausted and a little less prone to passing out. And when you're finished, we can use the leaves for a reading, on the house of course. Until then, why don't we just chat? Sip your tea. Take a sip of the tea, sipping it delicately. Citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. The other day you promised to tell me. What was it? Unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I most certainly did. Though, I might have been exaggerating a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you can know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearline was a lot like her great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She had just as stubborn as any Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Pearline and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. My mother was young. Too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist? What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was the fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. I feel like I know a lot of... what do you know about my grandmother? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke of them, nor did your mother. Yeah, it's okay. I suppose they just haven't been even noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was just some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all. Oh my, family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one of most folks that could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help to give us the full picture. Close your eyes, take another sip, and then another. It's delightful! The tea is gone before you know it. Small cup empty, save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. It wasn't lying when she said it would help your condition. You still feel aged and worn, but you're a little less tired and a little mentally sharper than you were a few minutes ago. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes a cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, it doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, and difficulty. And the hourglass ties all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the dishlings. Something is coming. Whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. We may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here. A cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. It's Frou-Frou, I knew it! I knew we couldn't trust that stupid cat. Yeah, how do I know you're not the cat? Well, that cat's gotta be Pixel, or maybe it's Frou Frou. Those are the only two cats I know. Dear, the cat isn't a literal cat. Like I said, it's a symbol for an enemy lurking in plain sight. Probably a human enemy, but almost certainly not a cat. You never know. Frou Frou hasn't been treating me very well at all. And I don't even know who Pixel is. I don't remember. Oh, Pixel is Oscar's cat. Yes, I remember Pixel now, but I only saw Pixel once, though. You don't have to figure out the end and answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Be on guard. Keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. Then that's probably Wayne, right? Or Stella. Maybe it's Tabitha. We know from the distance that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's coming to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift through that door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You'll find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I think I felt another in the clinic. Bad stuff always happens around them. I shouldn't seek out more of them. Those stones need to be left undisturbed. That's good. You can find your way inside and uncover another stone. That could give you a leg up on your adversary. Have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving you any clear answers. You helped last night. Why don't you come with me? I may have been able to see through that spirit's illusions, but I'm not some kind of all-powerful entity. I'm an old woman. I have trouble with my knees and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. In most situations, I'd be more of a liability than a helpful companion. Imagine if I'd been in those mines with you. Some use I'd be, struggling to climb over rocks and ladders, pulling my back out from all the crouching. I did look at some tea leaves, thanks, so I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear. Hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humouring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is genuinely ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. You know what? I don't care about him. Yeah, sure, check in on her. You're not going anywhere for checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. Mom, I really don't need any more of your tea. I think I'm just going to lay down for a while. Not your mom. Oh, Masamune, what's up? Can I come in? Sorry, Masamune, my mom was right. I'm exhausted. But I shouldn't push it or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. Looks like you're on your own. Damn it. Make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up the Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, your secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you toward whatever emits that compulsive frequency. Even with the damage under your body, you could probably jump onto the terrace without too much difficulty. Let's knock on Reese's basement window. You cautiously approach the house, kneeling next to the low basement window of Reese's room. Knock. No one there. Reese must be somewhere else. Okay. You make your way up the hill and survey the terrace. Even with the wear and tear of age on your body, making the leap shouldn't be a problem. Take a step back and jump. You land and try the door. It's unlocked. The upstairs of the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets, and a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. You've been left ajar as if inviting you to enter. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. Masamune? He squints, seemingly unsure whether you're the same person he met yesterday. What are you doing in the morgue? Trevor! You haven't seen Stella, have you? She's been missing since last night. Oh my god, you died and she freaking sent you back to life! Am I interrupting something? Okay, I have to ask you, she killed you! What are you doing in the morgue? I'm gonna pretend I never saw this. I haven't. You think you'd find her in the morgue? His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Follow the pull. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. Kinda looked possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Why wall? Need to see but wall and way. Some kind of magic shit going on, man. But it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. There's a stone carving on the other side of that wall and I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? It's probably a bad idea, but you really need to get in there. Pretty sure there's an emergency act somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of your hair. Should take 2 seconds. Get the doc out of our hair? Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time it's true anyway. How'd you learn that little trick? Use what you got to get what you need. No shame in it. Wow. How'd you learn that little trick? You're a teenager whose doctor mom will leave you alone for 2 seconds. You learn how to make it happen. Sounds great. Lead the way. Sweet. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear a soft voice filtering in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs. A hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. Looks like we're all out though. Really? Thought I just picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice, some ginger ale too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask, I know you're probably busy. It's no problem, doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. Take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked! The theatrical rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on up! You don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you. And with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Start the doc's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. Something on the desk catches your eye, some sort of records, with your family's name on them. Reese steps in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Cause of death, sleep apnea, discovered by her daughter Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is Chrysanthemum? Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful. Who said you could read any of those? I'm definitely gonna make fun of her for that later. Guardian Scarlet, born April 9, 1913, died April 12, 2003, age 29. Cause of death, heart failure, signed by her granddaughter, Pearline Scarlet. Pretty normal, almost made to 90, died of a normal old person illness. Cause of death, fall from cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations in the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Oh, an actual autopsy report. Looks ancient. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet, born May 24, 1890, died 1918, age 28, cause of death, crushed in mine collapse, body not recovered, signed by brother Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet, born April 1914, died June 7, 1944. Louis Scarlet, born August 1920, died June 6, 1944. Both killed in Normandy in the line of duty. They must have been Edwardian's brothers. Certificates of fetal death. Infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet, delivered April 3, 1945, stillbirth, mother Edwardian Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth, no doctor present, home burial. Alexandra Scarlet, born December 12, 1947, died August 20, 1957, age 9, missing. Presumed dead, signed by mother Edwardian Scarlet. Alexandra, the owner of the doll, so she went missing. Mary Bell Scarlet, born September 3, 1946, died October 30, 1963, age 17. Cause of death, complications during childbirth, signed by her mother, Edwardian Scarlet. Wow, that's a lot of kids to outlive. Reese's eyes flick up to the doorway, and a second later, you hear the sound of the front door handle being turned. His hand is on your shoulder even before you register what's happening, and you're pushed back and out of view of the front door. Shit, I'm not supposed to be in here. We gotta hide. You hurry to the closet door, monitoring you inside. Slip past him and squish yourself into what little space available in the nearly full closet. Reach close on your heels. Let him in. You let him in. Together, you listen as the doctor makes her way to some room deeper into the clinic. The silence of the tiny closet. Every breath seems too loud, as if you could expect Dr. Kelly to hear it from wherever she was across the house. Better wait a second, just in case. Quietly wait for danger to pass. Two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you from breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway, just outside your hiding spot. Footsteps return, they get louder, approaching the office door, and then they stop. Much to your relief, she opens another door, leaving the main clinic. We're in the clear. Nice! Probably only got a minute or two until she comes back, so let's make it count. Medical supply room is probably our best bet. And the other room in the clinic is like they have a fire act. It's probably the room full of chemicals. This way. He motions you down a hallway, stepping through the slightly ajar door of what you assume to be the supply room. Yes, there it is. We're gonna have to leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is getting intense. We're gonna get in trouble. I feel it. We still didn't find Stella. It's a bit worrisome. But I have a feeling that in the next episode, something bad could happen to me then. So, look forward to that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone. Have a good one.